Welcome back everybody to another video. Here again with this Saturn Ion. And we're gonna do a valve cover gasket because this one's just leaking everywhere. I'm gonna take you through step by step. So you need to like, share, subscribe, put a bunch of comments down below. Help me out with this algorithm and let's get into it. Step number one, pop your hood. We need to get this engine cover off, but you need to take the oil fill cap out in order to do it, because that kind of holds it down. Then it has just some little grommet things that sits on. There's one right there. To disconnect this connector, it has this little safety. See a wiggle? So you slide that back, and then you're able to push this tab down so you can pull off the connector. And take 10mm socket, remove these 4 bolts. This is the trickiest part of this whole job because this thing gets really brittle and it's all plastic. So you need to like sort of work this thing from multiple angles, because if the spark plug boots are stuck on the spark plugs, it's gonna resist. And so you want to like grab it from both sides, wiggle it side to side, and pull up at the same time. And you sort of want to like just be nice to it. This one's not as stuck as the last one I did. The last one I did, I actually broke, I think, this little corner here. Go to the store, get yourself some dielectric grease. And then you're going to put some on the tips here to make a little seal, environmental seal, from moisture getting in there and messing it up. Clean off the coil pack assembly, and now at this point you have everything on here. You crimp this clamp, pull it off, that way we can break this hose loose to here. We need to disconnect all these little clips and stuff that are holding wire. This one here, we gotta pop this guy out here, come around, and pretty much we're looking for anything attached to the valve cover. So this right here is a 10mm that holds this bracket for this, and we need to go all the way around and make sure everything's detached. And then the next step will be to remove these 10mm bolts here all the way around, and there's a bunch in the valley. So you got a bunch of 10 mils in the valley, and then you got them all the way around the outside. But if you take that off right now, you have all these wires and hoses and stuff hooked to it, so it's not helping you. So let's remove all these wires and the hoses and any brackets, and then we'll move on. Use brake cleaner and a rag to clean the surface area here all the way around, and these metal pieces where the spark plugs go. There's a seal that seals on there, so make sure that's clean. If the inside of your valve cover is super dirty like this one was, spray with brake cleaner. And now I'm going to take the hose and I'm going to spray it and hopefully get 90% of this stuff out. Make sure to let it air dry so you don't put water in the engine. Here's a part number for the valve cover. This one's a Felpro VS 50596R. Take your old hardware with the flange, the bolt and the flange, rip off the old O-ring, and then press on the new O-ring in the same orientation. Fat side towards the bolt head, skinny side towards the threads. Looking at this gasket, there's a flat edge with a tiny little ridge all the way around, and then there's one side that's fatter, and the fatter side is what sits inside of this groove all nice and tight, and then the little ridge is what helps seal it to the cylinder head. Ooh, almost dropped it. So go around, press these seals in. Do that for here, here, and here. Got these all nice and pushed in. Now we're going to take this other gasket and we're going to put this in all the way around. Make sure these things line up. It should just sit on top like that. And make sure it's nice and pushed in so it doesn't fall out when you flip the thing over. And you're just sort of going to go around, keep going around. We have all the new seals on the bolt. We have all the new seals on the valve cover. Now it's time to put this guy and set it in. So we're going to set this in first. Then we're going to start every single bolt by hand. All of them are in by hand now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start snugging them down. And we're going to go from inside out. So we'll go like here, 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 and like go in a big circle and do the outer ones last, right? So you're going to start in the middle. You're going to make bigger and bigger circles. So you're just going to go till you get a little resistance, then go, go, go. And these will bottom out. So you don't have to worry about, you know, overly tightening them or whatever. They have a flange, and the flange will hit the head. So if you keep going, you'll just break it. It took me 3 trips around to get everything snugged up nice. And just go down easy because you want it to compress evenly. Now you're just going to reverse all the steps you did to take off this little hose, unclip that, unclip that, unclip that. You're going to redo all that, set it in, and then you're going to put your hand on it. You're going to wiggle side to side and push down until it's fully seated on the spark plugs. Once it's seated, you'll put those 10mm screws back in, tighten them down. That you don't want to use, you know, just use like these 2 fingers and your thumb with the ratchet. You don't want to torque those really tight. And then put your connector back on, push the little safety in, and put your cover back. And your spark plugs are installed. Hopefully I helped all of you out that watched to this point of the video. Saved you a bunch of money. If I did, please hit like, share, subscribe. Put another comment below, since you already put one at the beginning of this video because I asked you, right? Put another one, and I'll see you in the next episode. Wrench on.